guys, welcome back to my channel, Far Away. This is going to be part 1 of this 2002 E39 BMW M5. This car is going to be an overall paint job inside and out. So let's get started. Let me show you what you need to do in order to get a perfect paint job. So let's get to it. Alright guys, first of all, before you start sanding and going into the vehicle, what you need to do is look around the vehicle to see if it's going to need any body work. Like I said, this car is intact. It might have like 1 or 2 door dings that I already know where they are, but what you need to do is look to the side. That's the best way to look for dents and start circling them. What I do, I get a Sharpie and I start marking them as to where the dents are at. Before I start sanding, I need to work on that area first, because once you start sanding, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose that area, you're gonna lose that dent, and it's going to be hard for you to figure out where that dent was. Once you have located your dents, like I said, this car's mostly intact. It's got 1 or 2 little door dings that I need to get fixed. But once you've located your dents, either leave that part unsanded or start working on those dents. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave them unsanded. I'm going to leave this door, or at least this panel right here, unsanded, so that I can start sanding the entire car right now. I sanded the entire hood with 220. Now, after that, I sanded this side with 320 with the DA. I don't know if you can tell the difference of the sanding grit. Now, after this, I still need to wet sand it. Like I said, I like to wet sand before I paint. So I still need to wet sand this with another 320. Wet sand it, and then I'm gonna go to 600 wet sand. So by the time I'm done, this panel is gonna be real smooth, real slick, and that's where I'll be adding the paint. You can go 600 all the way to 800 before you add the paint. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the difference between the 2 sanding grits. Like I said, I started with 220 the entire hood. Right here you can tell I haven't even sanded it with 320 yet, and then I started sanding with 320 this side. I'm at this stage right now. I already wet sanded it all the way to 400. I still need 600 grit wet sand, but I just wanted to make sure everything was going good. Now I did cut through a couple of pieces, a couple of parts right there, but I'm gonna do start adding some self-etching primer there. And right here, I don't know if you can see, those are little rock chips that the car has. All of this front end, it has a bunch of little rock chips. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some putty on it, and then I'll primer it. I'll primer probably the whole hood, and wet sand it again, but that way I can cover everything up. But right now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start taking off the doors, taking off the hood, taking off everything. Like I said, I'm gonna paint everything separate. They want this car painted inside and out, and that's the best way to do it. Alright, I already took off this door, the back door, and I already took off the weather stripping that was here also, so that I can start sanding. I'm gonna start taking off this this door. These doors are really easy to come off. All they have is a screw on the bottom and a screw on the top. and it has a pin that it's just gonna slide out. So they're real easy to come off. This, all you need to do, take this little gasket off. There's a pin right here that I need to push it in, and then I'll just hit the pin through the bottom. That pin will pop out, and the door will come off automatically. I still need to take off the wiring harness, but it's real easy. So let me show you, and hope you can learn something. I already removed the front door and the weather stripping also, so it's ready to start sanding. Let me show you the trunk. The trunk, I already removed it. I already removed the tail lights. This is real easy. All it has is 2 screws, and pops up. Right here, this hole is where the wiring is at, but I threw it all the way inside. And that's it. We're getting there. All right, you saw how I did the hood. I did the same thing to the entire car. I sanded it with the DA with 220. Then I progressed with 320. Then I wet sanded it with 320, and then 400, and then 600. And that's it. This is ready. I still need to fix this little dent right here, but I'll do that right now. And I covered it up so all the water won't go inside. I still need to pressure wash the car, take all this debris out. So let me show it to you. There you go. All right. Okay, guys, let me pressure wash it, and I'll give you another look once it's pressure washed so you can see how the final sand is, and we'll go from there. Okay, right here is after the pressure washed. You can see nice and smooth, so that's what we want. Let me take you around so you can see. Everything's ready. I already took off this plastic because I'm going to move the car inside, but there it is, guys. All right. Okay, the car is maxed off. It's ready to go. It's real late right now, so I'm going to stop already, but let me take you to the painting process. Alright guys, sorry about that. I ran out of battery. I cannot hear when the battery runs out on the GoPro when I'm painting. But here's a final result right there. I still need to cut and buff. This car is gonna be cut and buff. They wanted like a show quality car, so I'm gonna be doing that. So I added 4 coats of House of Kolor clear. Usually just add 3 coats, but this one's 4 coats of clear. Reason being that it's gonna be cut and buffed. Right now I'm gonna be painting the inside of the hood and the inside of the trunk. All I did, I just scuffed it down with some gray Scotch-Brite, and that's about it. Usually the panels from the inside, like the hood and the trunk, they're never, most of the time they never add clear coat to them. So it's just the base that they add. But this time I'm gonna be adding some clear coat, so it's gonna be clear coated, and it's gonna look a lot nicer. All right, here we go. Alright, you saw how I painted the inside of the hood and the trunk. Now, I left it to dry about 2 days. Now I flipped it over, and I'm going to start sanding those little rock chips. What I did, I put some red putty on all of them. Right there, as you can see. Now I'm block sanding them. I'm using 400 to block sand it. I have a block inside, and then what I'm doing, I'm just wetting the paper and start scuffing it down so that I can have that red putty get removed, only leaving the, right here as you can see, only leaving the area that needed that putty inside. Alright, so let me continue. Okay, I already threw the primer. Everything's ready. I didn't want to throw the primer in the whole hood. The only reason was that it was going to be harder for me to it was going to take more paint for me to cover up the primer. So that's the only reason. Other than that, it's ready. The trunk lid also, it's ready to go. So let me get started and start throwing the base. And that's it, guys. That's the way to do it. I added 3 coats of base. At the base was shot at 29 psi, and 4 coats of House of Color clear, and that was shot at 35 psi. All right, and you can see nice and glossy, nice and shiny. I still need to color sand and buff, so that's also gonna be done to this car, guys. I was gonna hang these doors so that I can paint them inside and out. The thing is that these doors are heavy, like extremely heavy, so I'm afraid they're gonna fall or something. So I painted the inside of the doors 2 days earlier, and I let it dry and I covered it up. So that's where we're at right now. What I did, I scuffed it down with a gray Scotch-Brite from the inside, and I painted it 3 coats of base with 3 coats of clear. I'm not gonna put 4 coats there because it's the inside, but this is where we're at right now. We're on the outside now, we're on the exterior. So I covered everything up and it's ready. I wet sanded it with 320, and then I progressed to 400 and 600. 600 is where I'm gonna stop. It's perfect surface for the base, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. And like I said, for some reason these doors are extremely heavy, so that's one of the reasons I didn't want to do it all together. All right, well, let's get to the base and let's get this show on the road. All right, that's it. This is the process on how to paint the doors. Like I said, I added 3 coats of base and 4 coats of clear. This car is going to be cut and buffed, so I need enough clear so I can at least leave 3 coats whenever I cut the clear and then buff it out. This is going to be the bumpers and the miscellaneous parts of the vehicle. After this, I'll be done with the painting. All I'm going to have to start doing is cutting and buffing. Yeah, this is it. Guys, what I did here on the little miscellaneous parts, all I did was scuffed it down with some gray Scotch-Brite, and they're ready to go. On these parts, right here had a big crack that was fixed. Like I said, I didn't want to show all that because I don't want to make these videos extremely long. But I have some other videos showing how to fix plastic bumper covers and all that. Actually, these are not even plastic; they're fiberglass. So I have videos on how to fix all that. Okay. So what I did here, I scuffed it down. Actually, I sanded it down with 320. Then progressed through to 400, 600, and that's it. They're ready to go. So I did the same thing to that one, but I fixed those major broken pieces that was there. Okay, so that's it. That's all I did to this to get them ready, and they're good to go. So let's get started. Let's start the spraying process. Alright guys, and that's it. This is a little short video on how the process of this BMW E39 is coming along. This is bumper covers and some miscellaneous parts. Today I'm going to show you how to do a cut and buff. Had several questions as to how to do it. These are the materials I'm going to be using: a wool pad and 3 of the foams that come with the perfected the 3M perfected compounds. So let's get started. First of all, guys, I'm using the DA to cut it down, but with a interface pad, which is not that hard, and it's not going to be cutting through the clear more than it needs to. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm using 2000 grit, and let's get to it. Okay, alright guys, what I'm doing right here, I'm using regular tap water just to keep the sandpaper lubricated. You need to keep it as wet as possible because you don't want that sandpaper to cut through the clear, and it'll go straight towards your paint. So on the corners, guys, go as slow as possible, and just be careful because that's where it tones to cut quicker. So just go as slow as possible as you can and just keep the DA flat. With that interface pad, guys, it's going to help you a lot not to cut through the clear, but either way, just keep it slow, go slow, and you'll be fine. Right now I'm just wiping it down. I'm using just a regular rag, wiping it down. I'm just gonna use the air hose also to blow it down just to see my progress. You should be doing this every now and then, that way you can see that you're at the point that you need to stop. You're not gonna overdo it and cut through the clear. Right here, as you can see, it's nice, it's straight, and it's ready to go. Alright guys, after I have cut all the clear, right there you can see, nice and smooth. So now what I'm going to start doing is buffing it. Alright, so let me show you. Alright guys, right here I'm using a spur. It's just to clean the wool pad. You can see right there are all the residue from the previous buff. So that's all it is. It's good to have one. It keeps that wool pad working for a long time. Okay, so right here I'm going to be using the perfected from 3M. This is the first compound that you use. This is a cutting compound. So let's get to it. All right, I'm going to be at 1,000 RPM, so 1,000 revolutions per minute, and spreading the compound, and I'm going to work right here. As you can see the rotation of that wool pad, that it's going away from the corners. Right here, I'm going to show you right there. It's going away, so it's coming in through the inside. You see, and it's not going to cut the corners. It's not going to burn through the clear. So that's the way to do it. So let's see. Let me leave you guys so you can see the process, and I'll come back in a little bit.
Alright guys, as you can see the shine's coming out. Now what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using the foam pad. The reason I do this, you don't need it, but the reason I do this is because I can go a little bit more aggressive on the corners, and I know that the foam pad is not going to cut through the clear. That's the only reason that I'm using this. You don't have to use it, but it's a good deal. That way you can get all the corners and everything real nice. It won't you won't be cutting through the clear. So I'm using the same technique that I've been using, as you can see right there, and that's all it is for. Alright, right here you see me using the microfiber towel several times. The reason I'm doing this is that I want to check the progress. Once you wipe it down, you'll be able to see as to where you need to keep on buffing, or is it's ready to stop. Alright, so that's the only reason it's a good idea to have some microfiber towels and just wipe it down in between the buffing stages. Alright guys, this is step 2. What I'm doing here, I'm using the black wool pad. This is to remove all the swirls that the wool and the foam pad left. That's step 2 right here. And I'm doing the same technique as I was doing with the other ones. So that's the reason for this step. Alright guys, this is step 3. And what this is doing is just like a wax. It's a permanent wax that you're embedding into the clear. That's all it is. So you'll see the reflection, you'll see the shine that this process, this step gonna give you. So it's a good deal to do it, and you'll see the result right now. Alright guys, all these steps, I've been doing it at 1000 RPMs. I have not moved it from there. So it's a good thing for you to get a buffer that has several different speeds. Alright? Alright guys, and that's how you buff a car, right there. I just did this little quick video to show you the steps and everything that is needed. Alright, I'm going to continue with the rest of the door, finish it off, install it in the car, and go from there. Alright guys, that's it. This is the whole door already buffed and ready to install. Alright guys, okay guys, this will be it for this video. Guys, share the video, like the video. There's another project coming up after this one, so guys, hit the little bell icon so you can be notified whenever I upload a video.
Guys, have a good week and God bless.